Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia and myself, Amrita Achintani, Assistant Teacher. Here we are going to enhance our knowledge on Kingdom Animalia of class 11th. So my dear students, as we know that in previous chapter we have studied about classification and details of plants. Now in this chapter we will enhance our knowledge. What are the different types of animals? My dear students, there are more than 7 million animals, but it is very difficult to classify them. So here in this chapter we are going to classify them into different kingdoms. So before starting the chapter, we will revise something about what we have already seen. Since 8th and 9th standard, we have already seen that all the living organisms are divided into different groups by different scientists, biologists. Among them, one of the scientists, Robert Whittaker, whose classification is very important and we are following today also, and he divided all the living organisms into 5 kingdoms. These are Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia, on the basis of presence and absence of their different organs, cells or their working, nutrition, etc. Now, particularly we have already studied kingdom Fungi, Protista, Plantae. Now here we have different types of animals to study. As we know that kingdom Animalia is different than other kingdoms like Fungi, Protista or Plantae. This vast kingdom is comprises of eukaryotic. What is eukaryotic? Animals means, as we know that cells are of 2 types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotics are these cells of primitive type. They have smaller size, they are not well developed cell organelles, whereas eukaryotic cell is well developed and they have well developed cell organelles. Secondly, multicellular. All the organisms in animal kingdom are multicellular, means they are made up of many cells. And all the organisms in the kingdom animals are heterotrophic creatures, means what? As we have studied in last chapter, autotrophic plants means plants are preparing their own food material, whereas animal cannot. They depend on other organism for their food. So in short, animals are eukaryotic, multicellular and heterotrophic creatures. Now we have divided animals into 2 types, that is vertebrates and invertebrates, that we have already studied. But before starting the detailed knowledge of animals, we have some queries like on which basis this classification is based, or we have already seen who has proposed this 5 kingdom classification and what is the need of and importance of classification. Okay, my dear students, why we need classification? If I put so many grains together, it will very difficult to sort them, right? Similarly, if we put all the more than 7 million animals together, so it will take more than 7 ages, 7 years, more than our life to study each and every animal. So make it simple, we have divided these animals into similarity and different groups. On the basis of similarity and differences, these animals are classified, and these are classified on the basis of animals like those possess cells, multicells or single cells. Some are heterotrophic, some are terrestrial, some are aquatic. So here we can see the details of classification. It is the systematic arrangement where we can identify each and every organism by its unique character, and this biological classification generally pins out the morphological and evolutionary similarities. So for one example, if we'll have crow, pigeon, dog, cat, sparrow, so we can easily classify crow, sparrow or pigeon and dog and cat in different group. As dog and cat have similar characters, we will put them in one group. Pigeon, sparrow and crow are having same characters, so we can put them in a same group. In this way, classification is very, very important to study the organisms on the basis of their characteristic. In the beginning, different scientists have classified these animals into different groups. As there was no special technology available, the first classification is given by Carl Linnaeus, and he divided living organism into two kingdoms only, that is Plantae and Animalia. This thing we have already studied in our lower standards. So for here we are going to study 5 kingdom classification. We have seen first Plantae, fungi and protist in our chapter number 1, 2 and 3. Now in this chapter we will see animal classification. So as I told you that different scientists many scientists divided these animals according to their viewpoint. So as old one classification we have seen, now this is the modern classification where first criteria is body organization. As we have seen that some animals are made up of only cells, tissues are not well developed in them. Some animals have tissues but not organ, whereas some animals have organs but not organ system. So depending on these characters, animals are categorized into different groups, and that is called as animal body plan. This is the first body plan and simplest body plan, where body is not well developed and the body is made up of only cells, and cells performing each and every function. So this is the simplest body form where cells are going to perform all the functions. So first is cell aggregate plant. Here I can show you the picture of cell aggregate plant. That is, sponges show in their body only cells are there, and each and every cell is performing the function of each and everything, like ingestion, digestion, excretion, everything. So here we can see the body of sponge is made up of only cells, and these special type of cells are called as collar cells. These are the simplest body plan where tissues are not developed and there is no classification of labors. Like, what is labor classification? Where cells are performing different function. So here, as the cells are only one type and they are performing the each and every function, so this is called as simple body plan. And second body plan is blind sac body plan. As you can see, blind sac body plan, the cotyledons and flatworm shows this structure where cells are developed into tissues and their body is little bit complex than cell aggregate plan. Here tissues organized and shows division of labor. As I told you, division of labor means classification of work into different types. See, in school we have different faculties. If we need admission, we go to the clerical office. If we want to get a learning, we come to classroom towards the teacher. If we want leave or special thing to concession, like we are supposed to ask to principal. So each and every one has different duties assigned. Similarly, this is called as division of work, where we can see in blind sac plant. So here you can see their digestive cavity in the figure. It has only one opening. That means the entrance of food and exit of waste material is from same cavity. So these are not well developed, but they are well developed than cell aggregate. But the important thing in this plant is they have only single opening. Now next body plan is tube within a tube. So here in this body plan you can see they have complete digestive tract. In previous examples we have seen they are not having well developed digestive system, but in tube within tube body plan we can see tube is within tube, that is inside tube is digestive system and outside tube is forming body wall, that is the skin and all. They have complex structure than the previous one. All the examples from phylum Annelida, they have tube within tube body plan. That means they are well developed with their body structure, digestive system, etc. Here we have seen the classification on the basis of body plan. Now the next basis of classification is body symmetry. There are three types of body symmetry and they are very simple. That is bilateral symmetry, radial symmetry and asymmetrical. What is bilateral symmetry? Bi means two. And what is symmetry? An imaginary line which passes from the center of the body and divides the body into two equal parts. So bi means two equal parts. When a symmetry passes from the center and divides the organism into two equal parts, it is called as bilateral symmetry. So here you can see all the mammals, human beings, animals shows bilateral symmetry. Second one is radial symmetry. We might have seen starfish. If we cut starfish from any of the angle, it will have two equal parts. So this symmetry is called as biradial symmetry. Now the last one is, we all have seen amoeba, paramecium, sponges. So if we cut them from any of the angle, they will not show equal symmetry. So this symmetry is called asymmetric. And organisms are called asymmetrical organism. So this is all about the characteristics on which the classification is based. So in next lecture we are going to see more phylums of animal classification. Thank you.